Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Oluseyi, aka you can call me Shay. Also, I'm known on social media as Modella. Also, the owner of Shop Modella, an online boutique, can be found on Instagram or on www.shopmodella.com. All right, welcome to the program. So today, it's been a while. I've been away from YouTube, more like a long break, right? But I'm back. It's never too late, so I'm back. So if you've been subscribed for a long time, thank you for sticking by and thank you for watching this video again. And this year, more consistent than before. All right, so this video we're going to talk about budget. What inspired this video is the fact that closer to the end of last year or all of last year, I started being more intentional about spending my money and actually taking ownership of my personal finances. Because as a young teenager, I started working from an early age, and I was making money, and I kind of thought, all the money that I've made throughout the years, how can I account for it? I can't. So I got frustrated and I was like, you know what? The right thing to do is start taking ownership and start becoming more responsible and becoming a better steward of money so that you can have financial peace, you can be financially literate, and you can live a financial and debt-free life, right? You can feel empowered with your finances, basically. So let's get right into it. Why is it important for us to budget? Budgeting just gives you a vision of how you want to spend your money, or how, to cover your needs. Just gives you a spending plan, so that as your bills come due, as your expenses come due, as you want to save, you have goals. You have short-term saving goals. You have long-term saving goals. It just gives you a direction, a plan on how to meet these goals and how to stay focused. So think of a budget like a vision. I'm sure a lot of us know what a budget is. And there are three types of budgeting that I'd like to talk about today. There's other types, but this is just three that I'll talk about briefly. The first one, and before we even get right into it, it's just also that you just don't get your money and it just disappears. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I used to just get the money. I would get the money, like maybe Friday is payday. Like that night, I probably can't even sleep because I'm just like, I need this money, because I just start panicking. Like, I need to pay my bills. I need to do this thing. So I need to see the money in my account. And then before you know it, it's come and gone the same day. It's just disappeared. Nothing to show for it. So let's get right into the zero-based budgeting. So the zero-based budgeting is you get your income, you get your salary, or just an expected amount of money that comes to you every month. So maybe just an analogy, in a month, your expectation is you make $1,500 for the month. Now, there's a basic necessities that you have, right? But for me personally, as a Christian, as soon as I get my income with the zero-based budget, I make sure that my giving comes out first. So, I tithe, and then I also give to charities and sponsor a child. I believe in giving. So I do that first with my money. And then after that, I put money in my savings. So I give myself a saving goal. It could be $100, it could be $200. I just make sure that I put a consistent amount of money in my savings, because those always come in handy. And then after that, we've covered the savings. Then now expenses, and making sure that my expenses are covered. I'm not spending money on unnecessary things. Your expenses that I'm talking about are non-negotiable. They're needs, things that you need to survive, right? You need to do your groceries to survive. You need shelter. You need to pay your power bills so that your house can be heated and you can have water. So you need to pay your utilities and all those sort of bills, right? So those are your needs. They're important. And then after that, we put a little bit of the amount to wants. So wants such as, maybe buying something new. But for me, my wants could be just making sure my hair looks nice and making sure that my nails are done, right? Like everybody is different. And then after that, I make sure that whatever debts I have, or maybe a credit card debt, I make sure that I try to cover them in that same month. Guys, interest rate on credit cards is no joke. No joke. And then sidetrack, the one thing that annoys me about credit card companies is the fact that they know you're drowning already. You're already at your max. And then they send you a letter to say, increase your max. I'm like, make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. Don't fall for it. If you are already struggling to pay off your credit card balance, you don't need to increase your credit card maximum. You don't need to. Anyway, back to the zero-based budgeting. So you budget to the $0 until you have $0 left. Zero, no cents, no penny, nothing. Just it's at $0. So that's what the zero-based budgeting is. It just makes sure that you've accounted your money to a specific item. Each item has something counted to it, like an amount of money, right? Now, number 2 is the 50-30-20 budget, right? The 50% is your needs. Your needs, they're non-negotiable. Like I said already, they're non-negotiable. Please make sure that you're feeding yourself. Make sure that you have gas in your car. Make sure that you're paying your utilities, because those things are very important. You need them to survive, okay? And then your 30% are your wants. So, you want a new weave, you want to get the latest AirPods, you want to get the latest Apple Watch, you want to get, or maybe your wants could be you actually just love going out a lot. You like going out to eat a lot. Maybe you want to go out for dinner with your friends, or your wants could be you're going out for date nights, right? Date nights, they cost money. So you got to budget for that. Like, you can live, what I'm trying to just encourage is that you can live a balanced life and still have everything you want, but you want to make sure that you've covered, all corners at all. Like, you've just make sure that you're well-rounded with your budgeting. So the 20% then is your savings, right? You could be savings for your short-term goals or your long-term goals, or maybe you're saving because you want to, have money just have the money for when you need it, live on a cash basis, which is very important, right? But however, I believe that the 50-30-20% budget method does not work for people that have some sort of debt, like they have to pay maybe like a student loan or a credit card loan, some sort of loan or payday loan. Like, if you have those kind of debts, it might not work, because how can you have 30% to your wants and not shift at least 25% of that to actually paying off your debt? Think about it. And the 20% is your savings. So if you are in a debt situation, don't worry. You can pay off those debt and still live a balanced life. However, we can talk about that in another video. And then the final one is pay yourself first. So you pay yourself first. I look at the pay yourself first as a reward system. So you've worked hard for your money. You've made it Monday to Friday. Maybe you work a corporate job, so you work Monday to Friday, and then you get your salary, and you just want to pay yourself first and encourage yourself. It's some sort of reward system. So you give yourself a certain amount of money, and then you put the rest to everything else. So everything else could be your expenses. Everything else could be your wants. Everything else could be anything. Maybe giving it out, right? but you fit yourself first. Maybe there's something you've been wanting to get for yourself. Could be the new weave or the latest makeup palette, whatnot. So you can use that money to pay yourself first. But I know most people, if I was to pay myself first, I would pay myself first to put that money in my savings, and then everything else goes, whatever is left over goes to like my expenses and then other unnecessary needs, right? Now there's three types of apps, or 3 apps that you can use for it. I use the Every Dollar app, which is free. It is by the well-known Dave Ramsey. So you can check that out. You can download it from the app store. It's free. I use it. It's very efficient. Like it takes you 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I'm not a pen and paper person, so I like to do things on my phone. So this app works well for me. So basically it just takes you 5 minutes. There's already categories listed out for you. You can make it fit to your lifestyle, and basically anything else, right? You can just add stuff, remove stuff, and it helps you budget to the zero. And it won't let you save it until you've budgeted it to zero, like you have nothing left. That doesn't mean that you're not going to have anything left at the end of the month. It just means that you've accounted for every dollar, every cent that's coming into your account, which is so important. Then as you spend your money through the months, you can go into the app and then just update it and just say maybe you've allocated $50 to entertainment. So maybe on a Friday night you did a movie night with your friends, and you bought popcorn and you bought the movie tickets, and everything came to like $30. So out of that $50, you have $20 left to spend on entertainment. Doesn't mean you have to spend it. You could carry that forward, that extra money to next month and rebudget it, right? Put it in your savings. That's what I would do. But then the second one that you can use is Excel spreadsheet. Guys, there are a lot of Excel spreadsheet. They are free, and most of us, we have Excel. We do. Like, it's not an excuse for you not to budget, is basically what I'm saying. So if you need an Excel spreadsheet that's free because you can't afford to pay, and I've also paid for some myself, and I've actually never used them because they're complicated, and I've just found easier ones that are more efficient to how I budget my stuff, right? So if you need something like that, just shoot me a message and I will send you a free Excel spreadsheet. And then the final one is Mint. Is a Mint app. So Mint app is sort of like a reverse budget. It's connected to your bank account. So as you spend, it's going to, at the end of the month, review your transactions and let you know the percentage of what you're spending your money on and sort of thing. And if you create a budget, it just automatically you can just match it, your expenses, to what you've budgeted, your actual versus budgeted, which is a variance. So you know if your variance is favorable or unfavorable. And then it helps you to just learn, have I spent my money on unnecessary things? How can I be better next month? So it's like budgeting. You don't have to get it perfect the first month, or be on point the first month, right? It's a progress. It's a learning curve, but you just try to become better with your money, right? So for Mint, it looks for your spending habits, and then it'll give you deals, maybe like give you advice on how to cut your costs. For example, so if you spend a lot of money on groceries, it might suggest a credit card that complements that spending habit. If you're not good with credit cards, don't do it. That's another topic. But so those are the types of budgeting that I've come across. I use the zero-based budgeting, and I also use the Every Dollar. So I just want to encourage you guys, please, if there's one thing that you do successfully this year with your finances, is to save. Cut out things that are unnecessary. Don't live beyond your means. Live within within your means. Meaning, if you have $30,000 income, you shouldn't be driving a $30,000 car. Okay? Unless, you have some inheritance and you're just, just spend wisely, because no matter how much money you have, until you can spend it wisely and responsibly and become a better steward of money, it will never be enough. You just find it's never enough, and you feel like, I need to get another job, I need to get the third job, I need to get, it's good to have multiple streams of income, but don't kill yourself because you're trying to become, like, have a lot of money, but you still don't know how to spend it, right? So there's celebrities that have millions. How did Mike Tyson go bankrupt? Well, think about it. But educate yourself, and please budget. And yeah, if you have any other questions, or you have a comment, or there's something that stood out to you in this video, please be sure to comment and share with us, and we can all learn. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, don't stop learning, and become real, relevant, and relatable. Till next time, I'll see you. Bye-bye.